Hey, hi there. Welcome to this edition or this topic on the YouTube channel. My name is Dr. KINGSLEY YOKONKWO, and I'm so glad that you are here today. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure. Loads of helpful stuff will be there. And we have sister channels, like I've always mentioned. Pastor Mildred's channel, Mildred KINGSLEY YOKONKWO. We have LDM with PK, that's our official ministry channel. We have question and answer with PK and PM, short clip, short answers, very powerful. Then we have wholesome sexuality. So, and on that channel, they teach sex in a wholesome way. And everybody needs to learn about sex. All right. So today, I'm talking about a topic that's interesting. It's titled, Ladies Get More Attractive When They Do These Things. All right. Ladies get more attractive or attractive when they do these things. And today, I'm going to just focus on one mainly. It is that when you do something for yourself, you are very attractive as a woman. When you are doing a job or earning an income for yourself. I know a lot of ladies, not most, but a lot of ladies would like the baby girl life, the soft life, where somebody takes care of you, pays all your bills. And all of us, even men, we fantasize about that too. Where we don't have to work as hard as we are working, where somebody takes care of us. But I know more ladies than guys want that. Every woman wants to be taken care of. Even when she has a job or whatever, she still likes somebody that can take care of her. And that's a good thing. And if you live in a place where cultural marriages are prevalent, most ladies even think they are entitled to a guy taking care of them. They say his money is our money, my money is my money. They have those mindset. I can't marry a guy that can't pay my bills. I can't. In fact, if somebody's even dating or what they call girlfriend in the world, she expects that you are paying all her bills and doing her beauty and doing her things. I don't know how we got to that point. It's not God's design for marriage. Those of you that have listened to my videos on kingdom marriage, you understand the design God actually had in mind. A lot of what people are importing into church is a cultural marriage. And it's been imported because, cultural people came into church and brought their idea. But God has all standard. But that's on that topic. Let's deal with this. This will make you more attractive, lady. All right? When you start to earn for yourself. Very, very, very important. When you start to earn for yourself. So I've mentioned about 7 things, how that benefits you as a woman. Number 1, when you do something for yourself, work or earn for yourself, you generally have a life and a purpose. You have something you're doing. It makes you very attractive to men when they are not the center of your life. Very important. A man doesn't want you to be the center of your life. Now, he can be a part of your life, but he doesn't want that in a situation where you don't have a life. You don't have anything you wake up every morning to do. This is why ladies that are like that are generally a bit way more needy. So that's why they don't understand when the guy, you didn't call me every hour. You didn't text me every minute. You didn't reply my chat. Because she is not also doing something. So you don't understand that men like space. They like work. So when you don't have a job, you don't have something you're doing with your life, you are kind of dependent on that relationship for your esteem, for companionship, for importance, and for everything in your life. So you begin to become needy and you draw too much from that relationship. It's important to have a life. Men find purposeful women attractive. A woman that wakes up and has something she's doing, she has somewhere she's going, she has something she's pursuing. It generally makes the relationship more interesting. By the time you come back or you guys meet up later, there's so much going on in each other's life that you guys have a lot to talk about. But when you're just sitting at home looking pretty, and when you meet, every time you just you don't have nothing to contribute, you did nothing with your week or your day, all right, it reduces your attractiveness. So it's important you have something. All right, you are doing. It helps you when you have a life, helps your esteem, have your self-importance. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, benefit of you doing something is that you can buy yourself some basic stuff. Very important. You can buy yourself some basic stuff. All right, it's not everything should depend on a man to buy for you. If you're working, even if you're not earning so much, there's some basic things you shouldn't discuss with a man to buy for you, or you shouldn't have to say you don't have. Or you need other people to be around for you to afford it. The basics, the basic toiletries, basic clothing, basic stuff. All right? It just gives you that liberty. Nobody wants to be in bondage of another person. You can't buy some things until that person is happy, until that person is back. Men like it when there are some basic things you also can handle, either in your home or in the marriage as a whole, whatever. It helps when you earn like that and you're doing something you can afford the basics. Okay, that's point number 2. Point number 3, when you're doing something and earning money for yourself, there is a level of confidence it gives. I just can't explain it, but money gives confidence. The Bible says money is a defense. All right, when you are a lady and you are out on a date and you know that if something goes wrong, you can pay. You know that if his card doesn't work or he didn't bring his card or so anything happens or you guys will have a quarrel and nobody's going to be, you can afford to pay. There's a confidence women that have money have that broke women do not have. You know, my country is funny. When you watch podcasts, I've told them to ban podcasts in my country though. You know, there's some women that come and say, oh, if you invite me for a date, you have to pay for my hair, for me to go and make my hair. You have to pay for me to go make my clothes. You have to pay for me to the transport that will bring me there. When you talk like that, you have you heard a rich person's daughter talk like that? Have you heard somebody that is a high flyer in her career ever talk like that? You'll notice it's broke people that like those kind of things. There's a confidence you have when you earn your own money. Not that money they give you. There's a confidence that you exhibit when you know you earn your own money. I've seen it in some women. Some things just don't threaten you. You don't shake. Some women, if you buy them just shawarma, they will just shake it because it's something they can never dream of buying for themselves. When a woman earns money, even if you buy her a gift, she's grateful, but she's not seeing it like, you know, she owes you to sleep with you because you bought her something. All right? Very, very important. There's a confidence earning gives you, and that confidence is attractive. All right? Point number 4, you can contribute. When you work and earn something for yourself, you can contribute. I'm telling you, most men will appreciate a woman that can contribute. Now, maybe if you're dating or married to a very rich man, he will tell you, or some very responsible, hardworking men, they'll tell you, no, I would never need your money. I'll pay all the bills. You see, but the truth is that this is a small percentage of men that can really do that. Most men will need your help. That's why you're called the helper. Most men will need help. A responsible man will not depend on your money. However, it will go a long way when you can contribute. That is what God really designed. It's a partnership. God never designed for only the man to bear the cost or only the woman to bear the cost. God always designed for a partnership. So even when I was getting married, I told my wife that you don't have to earn anything. I don't care whether you work or not. You know, my faith and my work will sustain this family. That was my mindset. Today I've changed my mind though. I've repented. I'm a born again feminist now. I've repented because my wife is so gifted, and when she contributes now, I feel it. Not that I couldn't have done the things, but when a woman brings $10,000 in any country, it will help her, you know, because she's so blessed, she's so gifted, she does a lot of things now that also earns money. So we are better off. That's what I say. The Bible is clear. 2 are better than 1. It's the Bible that said it. It says no for man to be alone. 2 are better than 1. So they have a good reward for their labor. So we are better off now that she too contributes. So when we have goals and dreams financially, we want to raise $10K, want to raise $20K, want to raise $50K, and she can bring 15K, she can bring her 10K. It just makes the thing move smoother. And now she can buy me gifts too. You know, that's a great, you can contribute. Just being a liability after a while, any environment where you're a constant liability, after a while, disrespect will come in. Check it in any group. If there's someone that never contributes, and I've trained my people, I hope they get this. Even if you're in a family setting, all of you are siblings, and you are the, in quote, poorest, you know, in quote now, you're not poor. But I'm saying, amongst everybody here, you're the one that earns the least. Let me use that as a better phrase. Earns the least. If they are contributing things to buy for your mother, for your father, for the family, don't say, oh, there's Uncle so-and-so that is very rich, let him pay. No. Even if he's paying the bulk of it, that's your small contribution. Put it there. Don't say, oh, Uncle so-and-so or brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so is so rich, they should pay for everything. No. If your elder brother buys the car, buy the fuel. If somebody buys the aerator, buy the fuel. If somebody buys the fridge and the cooker, buy the food they put inside. Don't sit down and ever be a total liability in any situation. very soon you'll be treated as a non-entity. If there's an old school association, they are trying to contribute money for something, you're not as buoyant. That's your small contribution put there. Just something about you when you can contribute. So don't be that kind of lady that comes to a relationship 100% liability. They pay for all your bills. Even if your husband or fiancé is very rich, don't fall for that mistake. You become attractive and respectable when you can contribute. You can contribute. You can say, oh, please let me help you with this light bill, or let me help you with that. Oh, don't be bothering to give me money about this one. I'll just handle it. For instance, I don't know how much kids' clothes cost. I don't know. Because my wife just handles that from her own income. And the kids wear, when kids are young, you buy lots of clothes, they change every day, they do. My wife shops for them. I've never heard she has never discussed the amount. And I know she spends a lot in buying clothes for them. So that small thing just makes, you see, ladies, you must realize that men are kind of different. They might tell you, no, don't bring anything, I want to bring everything, but you see, they will still give you a little more respect when they see you are earning something. It's just how men's thinking works. It's just how their thinking works. They will admire you differently when they see that you are contributing something. You are adding some value. All right? Very important. You'll be able to contribute if you earn or do something. It might not be big. Some of you it's going to be big. But some of you might not even be big. But just that you can say, hey, I want to take this off the bill. The guy will appreciate it. You appreciate it. You go somewhere, you pay for the valet. You go somewhere, you give the tip. You go, still things like that. You appreciate it. Next point, when you do something for yourself, you also have a backup plan. You have a backup plan. All right? Women that don't do anything, if there is a loss, you find out that their quality of life, and if they're married, quality of life of them and their kids falls drastically. When you do something or earn something, you have a backup plan. What if there's a loss? What am I a loss? A loss of life. What if the man dies? It's reality. People are widowed. What if the man dies? What if there's a loss of health? He's alive, but he has lost his health, so he can't really walk. These are all real cases. What if there's a loss of the marriage? Sometimes he's okay and well, but the marriage is ended. There can be a loss that can lead to you having to fend for yourself. If you are doing nothing at all, your quality of life will drop drastically. You become a liability big time. And I've seen some ladies trying to learn a new trade at an old age because they've been married for years and the man had told them, no, don't ever work. I'm rich enough to pay everything. And then 20 years or 10 years or 15 years into the marriage ends. And this lady in her 40s or 50s, she's quickly trying to get into a career, get into something. In my psychology class, there were one or two people that had that kind of situation. They lost their marriage. And now they're doing some adult education kind of thing. They are mature with children, but they're trying to go back to school to get their themselves going. That's the reality of life. They lost their marriages. They didn't plan to do that. So when you have somebody, oh, you're married and everything, guys, earning good money, you guys do it, please do something. Even if you can't leave home, work from home. There are many things you can do on the basic level. It becomes a backup. If there's a loss, either loss of life, loss of health, loss of the marriage, you have a backup plan. You're not learning an old trade. You're not learning a new trade at old age. You can actually survive and sustain yourself as a backup. Very important because life happens. Life happens. I pray it doesn't happen to you, but whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. And next one, why it's important for you to be doing something is that you get to fulfill purpose. You get to fulfill purpose with your life. You fulfill purpose, you fulfill your potential. Every human being has a purpose. Every human being has potential of what they can be. But if you never put yourself to it, you just think, oh, all I'm here to do is just to depend on someone. Some of you watching me, you have gifts, you have abilities, you have businesses you can build. And sometimes I've seen people step out into a business, a passion, a hobby, and it eventually becomes what is sustaining the marriage. I've seen that happen many times. But if they never rose up to it, they couldn't have known how far that thing can go. I remember one of our people many years ago, she I don't know whether she baked a cake or something, and my wife, Pastor Milda, tested the cake, and I was like, what? We never tested chocolate cake this good. And we said, why are you not doing this as a business? She said, no, she just bakes as a hobby. We pressured her, set up a business. My wife gave her the name of the business, everything. We set it up, registered, forced her to do it. She began to bake for people. And before you know it, more and more people began to come. She opened a store, a shop. And then she began to employ staff. She began to run a training school to train people to bake. And she said at some point, her husband was doing well financially. So her husband said, oh, look, this is your baking. You know how much is it even bringing? What's it going to do? You know, he was mocking her and playing with her. This is not going anywhere. But when she began to get shop, she began to get contracts. The man began to say that, and there are sometimes the guy will need money and he doesn't have to lose money. And she will give him in hundreds of thousands. And the guy was like, what? This is your baking. You know, he began to respect her in a new dimension and began to value her. And guess what? A few years down the line, their husband died. Her husband died. Imagine she never had anything. So that your hobby, that interest, it might be something on social media you do. It might even be a skit. It might be book review. You'll be amazed that God can bless it. You will fulfill purpose and fulfill your potential when you do something. Trust me. And when you're a happier person, you see, there's a joy and a fulfillment that purpose and potential gives you that a marriage can give you or money can give. So when you are that excited and happy, you're fulfilling purpose, you generally become more attractive to your husband or wife, or to your husband or fiancé or whatever. Purposeful ladies are always pretty. Purposeful ladies are always pretty. You will hardly see a purposeful lady that is not attractive or pretty. There's an aura that purpose gives that nothing else can give. So, I don't know what, some of you are carrying gifts that can be big business tomorrow, that can be big industry tomorrow, but you have the mindset of, I'm dependent, a man must take care of me. I know it's something I wish Africa can change. It is so common that men think like that, women think like that. Men think like that, oh, I must take care of the woman, everything, she must not pay everything, it's my responsibility. The woman to say is my liability. They are both just, it's not a kingdom idea. Look at the Proverbs 31 woman. That woman was in about 6 or 7 businesses. She was in textile, she was in agriculture, she was in real estate, she was in many kind of businesses. I counted one time, I think about 5 or so businesses. Can't remember that she was in. How can that woman now be a liability? How can? See, ladies, there's nothing wrong with you paying for the vacation. Tell your husband, look, you've worked too hard. I'm flying you to Paris, business class, for 1 weekend or for 1 week. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. He will respect if he's a good man, because someone will say, I bought my husband something, he still went to cheat. I'm not talking about that, your wicked husband. I mean a good man, a good-natured man who will appreciate it if once in a while you spoil him. You buy his dream car. You see all those things. So you can make clothes. You'll be amazed if God blesses that your fashion business or your makeup business. You'll be amazed how far you can go. And you'll be so attractive to a man when you are like that. All right? And the last one, when you have something you're doing everything, it makes you more confident, more admirable, more excited about life, more joyful. You know, you're doing something you love. You know, that way your heart's full of love. You're not just dependent on whether the man calls you or doesn't call you, whether he comes home or he doesn't come home. You know, some women's life just revolves around the man and they're choking him. When you are happy, full of joy, sometimes when you're even tired from work, there's no time to go. One of my guys, he was saying it, that he came to shoot with me all day, most of the day. Then my wife too was somewhere shooting. He said, this kind of marriage, how can they quarrel? When both of you are working all day, when you get home, you don't have energy to quarrel. No energy to quarrel, but you're too tired. They say, well, you just hug yourself and sleep. But you see, when one person is jobless all day, she wants to talk and talk and talk to the guy that has worked all day. He too is too tired, he can't talk, and she's carrying her face that, oh, you're not talking to me, he came back from work, can't talk to me. It's joblessness. If you two were busy all day, the small talk he will talk with you will not for you, because you two need to rest. All right, so I hope this has blessed you.